Welcome back to How They Do That. As you can see, we switched up the format a little bit. We're going to be presenting this content to you guys in more of a reaction style format. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Today we're going to be looking at this story about Christian Ivy Soto, who apparently went on a rampage, stabbing and running people over. This happened a few days ago in Chicago. I'm going to let you guys listen in.
Suspect faced a judge charged with murder.
They were doing what we all do, what you should all be doing. It's spring break. You have 3 girls watching a movie? I can't even comprehend that.
Yeah, that really is unfortunate. One of the victims was a minor, and that was very unfortunate. You know, I believe they were in a slumber party or, you know, having a fun time with her friends when this guy broke into their house. But I'm going to let you guys listen to the story.
The 4 people who lost their lives: 15-year-old Jenna Newcomb, 23-year-old Jacob Suba, 63-year-old Ramona Suba. Both of the Subaks, we're told, were longtime friends of the person that stabbed them, and 49-year-old Jay Larson, who was a letter carrier that was doing what he loved, delivering mail to customers for over a decade, when he was stabbed to death and run over. Several others were injured, one a Good Samaritan who was trying to help, another a first responder. 7 in all during this stabbing rampage. This all started Wednesday afternoon. Police say 22-year-old Christian Ivan Soto went to the home of his childhood friend.
Okay, so this guy, Christian Ivy Soto, actually knew one of the victims or 2 of the victims. He was a childhood friend of one of the gentlemen and went to his house to go smoke weed, which apparently, according to Mr. Soto, was laced.
Soto told police he went there to smoke marijuana, and he claims it was laced with an unknown narcotic. That's where prosecutors say he stabbed his first 2 victims. Then he's accused of stabbing the letter carrier, then breaking into multiple homes, attacking teenage girls with a bat, and killing one. He was arrested while...
Okay, so he goes to smoke some marijuana with this guy, his friend. They smoke the marijuana. He trips out. He stabs his friend, drives over his friend, runs his friend over with the truck. The friend runs in the house. Soto follows them into the house and stabs his friend and his friend's mom. Then runs around the neighborhood just breaking into houses and killing people, man. It's just crazy. And I guess on the way through there, he drove over a mail truck carrier. Unbelievable.
Stabbing 2 more victims. A witness who tried to distract Soto while he was attacking his longtime letter carrier sat down with us to recount the harrowing scene.
I said, "What are you doing?" You know, I startled him, and he said, "You stole money from me." I just shook my head. I said, "You gotta be kidding me." And he acted very disillusional, you know, like he was on drugs. That's the way he acted.
And one more time, that issue of drugs is presented. You know, when people are under the influence of, you know, alcohol, even drugs, you know, they're not in their right mind. Anything could happen. This story is crazy. You know, the fact that he went into multiple homes and stabbed people and attacked people. This guy was like, you know, obviously not a sane person would do that. A sane person wouldn't do something like that. So, you know, I don't know if he's going to take the insanity plea or how this case is going to work out, but let's continue to listen in.
Kind of glassy-eyed and everything, you know, he just, all was mine.
President Joe Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden just released a statement addressing these attacks, saying they are horrified to hear this news. Meanwhile, Soto faces 4 counts of first-degree murder and 7 counts of attempted murder. He appeared in court today, and he was held without bond. We're live in Rockford. Sabrina Franza, CBS 2 News.
Sabrina, thank you. This afternoon, dozens gather near the...
All right. So obviously this was a very unfortunate incident. I have another story here. We're going to take a look at just the timeline of the events and how they transpired.
It's within just a few blocks of the Southeast Rockford neighborhood. David Greenberg is live near where the first attack occurred on Holmes. David, this is where the mother and son were found stabbed to death inside their home.
Yeah, maybe this, the accused suspect, Christian Ivan Soto, lived just 5 houses down from where this scene all began. And in a matter of a half an hour, he's accused of killing 4 people and injuring 7 others.
All right, so apparently they're saying he killed 4 people and injured 7 other people.
At 1:15 p.m. Wednesday, March 27th, police were notified of an individual being run over and possibly stabbed at 2316 Holmes Street. According to the criminal complaint, witnesses saw Christian Ivan Soto chasing Jacob Schubeck, hitting him and possibly stabbing him with a knife before entering a pickup truck in the driveway and running the victim over.
Jacob was observed getting up and running.
All right, so he hit him, stabbed him, ran him over. The guy was able to get back into his house. Then he ran into the house and stabbed him again and then unalived his mom. This is like an unbelievable story. And there were witnesses watching this whole thing. So this guy was running around the neighborhood, hitting people with cars, stabbing them. And I'm sure all types of 911 calls were coming in to the police department to try to see what the hell was going on.
Back into his residence. Soto was observed running back into 2316 Holmes Street and exiting a short time later.
Police later finding Soto had stabbed and killed Jacob Schubeck and his mother, Ramona Schubeck, inside the home. After taking off in the Chevy pickup truck, Soto reportedly then runs over letter carrier Jay Larson with the vehicle in the 2200 block of Winnetka Drive, stabbing him multiple times before driving over him, again with the truck.
So once again, he stabbed somebody, and not only stabbed him, then ran him over with the truck. Like, this guy was on something serious.
The 25-year veteran of the U.S. Postal Service later dying at a local hospital. One witness describing the attack to police.
He heard the mailman yell for him to call the police. As he dialed 911, he observed the suspect begin to walk towards his front door. He said he quickly locked the front door at that point and continued to watch the incident through his window.
The witness says Soto then runs off on foot, breaking into 4803 Cleveland Avenue, where Darlene Weber was letting her dog out. After stabbing Weber near the eyes, Soto attacks her son Jacob and daughter Kathy inside.
So once again, he broke into another house, stabbed up the occupants of that house. And I don't believe these were people that passed or were unalived, but, you know, thankfully they didn't succumb to any of their injuries. It doesn't really say how bad their injuries were, but, you know, obviously it did just say that one of the victims was stabbed near the eyes.
Both reportedly sustaining injuries to the head and face as they're able to fight off Soto. Soto then breaks into 4715 Cleveland Avenue through an unlocked back door, finding a softball bat in the kitchen. 3 young girls inside are on spring break, having a sleepover, watching a movie when Soto finds them in a basement bedroom, killing a 15-year-old girl, critically injuring the other 2.
Wow.
The suspect then came downstairs and was holding Jan's softball bat. The suspect called them bitches and asked where the gun was. The girls ran to the corner of the bedroom. He started swinging the bat, striking all the female victims.
After exiting the house, Soto then breaks into 4624 Florence Street by smashing a window. Inside, he attacks Lindsay Craig, who ends up fighting off the suspect and escaping the residence. Soto continues chasing and attacking Craig towards 2120 Eggleston Road when a Good Samaritan, Keith Farney, steps in.
And Soto began to attack him with a knife, also causing multiple injuries. Soto entered Keith Farney's Jeep in an attempt to steal it. Farney pulled Christian Soto from the Jeep, but again was being attacked with a knife. It was at this time the police arrived and took Soto into custody.
So taking a look at the area that this guy covered in this neighborhood, raising hell, killing people, breaking into houses, running people over, stabbing people. Man, this guy was on a crazy rampage.
And Mimi, as you know by now, Soto faces 11 counts of a murder and attempted murder, 13 charges in total. And Winnebago County State's Attorney Jay Hanley says that he does expect more charges to come their way in the future. Mimi?
All right, we'll continue to follow that, of course. Thanks, David. One of the victims, Jay Larson, was a letter carrier in the area. He was a 25-year veteran of the United States Postal Service.
Jay was doing what he loved, serving his community, delivering mail to customers that he has served for 25 years. The U.S. Postal Inspection Service is the federal law enforcement branch of the U.S. Postal Service. It is our mission to investigate crimes involving letter carriers, and to hold those responsible accountable.
So I'm assuming that he's going to get hit with federal charges just because the mail carrier is a federal worker, and rightly so. 4 counts of murder, 7 injuries, or 7 injured people. So, deadly assault with a deadly weapon, whatever, multiple charges, all that. This guy should get put underneath the jail. We're going to try to keep you guys updated on this story and others. I appreciate you guys coming and sitting down with me. I hope you guys enjoy this new format. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your families.